Sodium chloride soak and spray. Antifungal solutions, i.e. atmospheric release. Lubrication. Part 2. Binocular inners, telescopic, optical cells, up close viewpoints, release into the atmosphere, allow you to see Jupiter, Mars, Pluto, Uranium, Mercury, Saturn, Earth, Sun, Moon, clearly. Binocular inner piece. Triangular by dimension. Part 3. Heavy bag standing up. Air compressor rotation 360 degrees times 360 degrees clockwise, counterclockwise in rotation. Please view this at diagram standstill. Part 4. Heavy bag lays down. The module shifts on its axis 25 degrees of pi, or whole pi, 1/4 of a diameter, in a whole number. The bag is 400 pounds at 40 years in a 4.0 GPA. 1/4 of a whole is 25 degrees of 100 degrees on axis. Heavy bag is pulled on axis as a steam turbine engine rotates. The cylinder is circular round. Diagram: solid dexterity circle, ratio perplexity 360 degrees, 720 degrees rotation, and solid 4 as the bag is pulled back on its axis. The heavy bag is pulled back on its axis, as you can see. Part 6. Heavy bag is power squatted into a power clean motion of physics. Weight times force times mass times power times momentum. The fuel is steam, sodium chloride, antifungal, and chlorophyll driven into motion of the power clean physics and chemistry. The heavy bag is power squatted into a power clean motion of physics. Please view. Part 7. Heavy bag lands fully in a bent over row on axis, 45 degrees, Carnot's theorem, thermodynamics, where the sodium chloride antifungal and antibacterial solutions are a lubrication on the turbine cylinder rotation and also act as a cooling agent, air conditioned, as periodically released as a mist during perfect form and perfect physique. The spewing forward is the release of pure oxygen through the tube, camera, microscopic optical lens, then the transmission signal, pure oxygen from the turbine steam engine. Part 8. The heavy bag is then brought to its upright position with a recoiling of the turbine. Steam horsepower has a nuclear in producing energy and power, fully reciprocating steam oxygen to power the rotation at diagram delight. 360 degrees rotation turns fully by diagram and subjugated at 180 degrees half turns in whole and part. At here, the continuity is 50-50. To see half the heavy bag rotate on axis, to start and see the turbine steam engine as a nuclear and a start and flow. Part 9. The reciprocation, the reciprocal process, continues in a long-distance steam turbine engine as a module advanced PowerPoint presentation, with all turbines moving in diagram and in movement ratio, weight times force times mass times power times momentum. The PowerPoint steam engine is designed producing pure oxygen. Each mechanism lifts and advances each steam mechanism reciprocated at Carnot's 45 degree angle. Part 10. The mirror in the backdrop of the stance is active as the lunar optical view, the moon. This is happening during the day where it is sunny outside. For the solar panel review, both solar and lunar moon power generated are clean energy. Part 11. Carnot's theorem. Geothermal efficiency. The weights, sand, and dirt are stored in a heavy bag. The thermal efficiency is dimensionless, as weights not seen. They're inside of the bag. The performance measure of the device that uses thermal energy, such as an internal combustion engine or a steam turbine or a steam engine, doesn't overheat, producing steam as the workhorse steam turbine and releasing pure oxygens only. Part 12. Thermodynamics. The mechanism of the slide cardiograph produces a friction that can produce a heat of geothermal density. Here, MRH shows the application of lubrication at the start of these acts that keep geothermal density causing heat and friction at a minimal to none, keeping geothermal density at a level balance. Part 13. Now, by this time you have seen a nuclear steam turbine engine workhorse move 400 pounds, 10 to 12 movements in one repetition. This means 4,000 pounds of energy on average is accelerated into motion as pure mass of fresh oxygenation. And 4,000 pounds of steam oxygen is the intake to produce 4,000 pounds of pure oxygen released. Releasing pure oxygen from the spewing position at 45 degrees of geothermal chemistry dynamics and on its axis, keeping a thermodynamic temperature of steam to fuel the workload of the power plant steam engine. Part 14. With the main tube being a transmission signal, the oxygen is released through the device on upload. The PowerPoint presentation is the power plant underwritten footnotes or groundwork to the supply efforts of the steam engine. A much cleaner fuel, and for the most, and a cost-effective technique that is genuine. Thank you, Michael R. Henry.
Forward. Neurologist's final based on nerve endings. When the child turns 18 or 21, the neurologist report shows the solid nerve endings of not being confused or in disorder by the father, Michael R. Henry, in favor of the true freshman, undefeated, and 1,381 nations to owe tax file and for private patient care and immunity, authorizing company of paradox activity, spiritual life, physical life, life science, celestial life, metaphysical life. Attached documentation supports this in effect. Eternal, only in favor of Michael R. Henry, in class of 1996. A mental status, a state of consciousness, awareness and responsiveness to the environment and senses. Appearance and general behavior, mood, content of thought, intellectual resources, orientation with reference to time, place, and person, comprehension, ability to pay attention, insight, memory, abstract reasoning, power, speech, and language functions, and intellectual capacity. Cranial nerves are a set of 12 nerves that relay messages between the brain and the head and neck and control motor and sensory functions, including vision, smell, and movement of the tongue and vocal cords. Eyelid strength, visual functions,
peripheral vision, pupillary light reflexes, eye muscle movements, strength of facial muscle, the gag reflex, tongue and lip movements, ability to smell and taste, hearing, sensation, head, face, neck, comprehension, touch, feel, grasp. The motor system includes the brain and neck, spinal cord, motor pathways, and all the motor nerves and muscles throughout the body. Assessing is taking place by muscle strength and tone tests are done in all major muscle groups. Sensory system, sensation defines and depends on impulses that occur as a result of stimulation of receptors located in the skin muscles, tendons, and long nerves fibers. The central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, the sensory. The exam is used to determine areas of abnormal sensations, the amount and type of sensation impairment, and the degree and extent of tissue involvement. The sensory exam involves evaluating different types of sensations, including pain, temperature, pressure, and position, hot or cold items on the body, or eyes closed, and where did the physician move to in the room. Moving parts of your body, toe wiggles. It is to show how alert and well rested a person is. This part of the exam is performed early in the course of testing. What you will see here as you are viewing MRH moving every part of the body in a full power clean motion, activating full muscle usage, is that passing these tests in a long distance curriculum is the truth. In this assessing, this means being solid as a neurologist report. I address this matter when the child is turning of age 16, 18, or 21 at the end of nerve endings, where it's becoming an adult or a teen adult. At the end of nerve endings, MRH is fully exerting the assessment and self-notoriety of health and fitness and proper and adequate recourse and sustainability throughout the neurologist's completeness during the time of nerve endings. This is when the child is either turning of age to no longer be in the parental guidance and becoming an adult independent guiding themselves. We address this in order and in fashion to creating an environment of power and energy that is solid throughout its dexterity of truth, even on an international consortium of education and career goal-oriented aspects that actually get dealt with and met through the workforce in its economy as driven for its process, day-to-day interaction, the social well-being, but in most part being healthy. Please review this again if you have to. You have reached MRH of MRH Gifting Services. You can reach me at starofweed@mail.com, or you can reach me at starofweed@gmail.com. Text message me at 253-304-9461. Thank you.
MRH live in the set. Top tubular. It's the Mike Henry Show. Getting it done. One more again. You know how we do, man. We just get into that curricular mode where things just start manifesting themselves for the betterment of what we got going on. And through that process, we have a chance to see how we power that and keep its conglomeracy. That means its salt and fast, its consortium, its rhythm, its genre, as a movement fully powered. So as you see the mirror, you'll see on the left and right, we have two magnification pieces. Those magnification pieces, of course, in the solar powered panel, because it's sunny outside today, we're inside of the actual steam turbine engine, would power the steam turbine engine. So those would act as conductors to thermal dynamics. What that means is it would capture the heat from the sun, spin it through a coil into a solar panel, which would in turn spew out or spit out or recoilate energy at a minimal cost, but it would be cleaner than the efficient energies that you're used to today: hydrogen, coal, oil, gas. In the middle centerpiece, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we had our binocular inner. Binocular inner is kind of what makes the reflection of what you see when you look into the binoculars reflect off of the glass or the mirror or the magnification into the actual atmosphere, which brings objects closer than they actually appear in its optical view. So we took the binocular inner, brought it to you up close, and showed you basically what a planetary system would look like on a clear night when you catch a ray of stars, or if you had a major telescope and you were able to see Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Uranus, and of course the sun and moon, and all the others that follow, Pluto, and so on and so on. So we show you that visual. The mirror plate actually would catch the light. The light would bounce off the mirror plate and reflect into the actual magnification. As it reflects into the magnification, it would create heat because it is sunlight, solar power. That heat would in turn go through a couple transistors and some wires that would correlate into a solar panel that would in turn kind of act as a converter and turn it into energy and actually power a steam turbine engine. That's the outlook on that. We are inside. We're showing it to you inside, so you understand it's sunny outside today. Then we give you the lunar effect because we squat. So we squat in front of the mirror for the moon. Everybody knows what the moon is. So if you don't know what the moon is, tell your girlfriend, give you the moon, and she'll show you what the moon is. So again, we squat in front of the moon for the lunar effect to show all the components working, solar powered and lunar powered, inside the actual steam turbine engine. We consistently have that process clean because we use what is called a sodium chloride and also a natural antibiotic and also a natural antifungal sediment. So we put that down on the tarmac there, as you've seen at the beginning. And as we did that, that caused what is called the lubrication. The lubrication allowed the bag to sway and not cause friction, which actually in turn makes a thermodynamic actually work. So it cools the turbine in its working ethics of it being a steam engine. So the lubrication won't allow it to be too rough to where it'll cause friction, heat up, and then it'll be too hard to move. So I present this, of course, today is MRH Gifting Services. We live in the second and done. We'll get a few more reps in. We hope you enjoyed the presentation for the PowerPoint presentation, power plant steam turbine engine presentation, to, of course, gain the working capital anywhere from 100 to 200 to 300 to 400 to 500 $million. So you got to see it live today. We're going to do a few more sets. You'll see how that works, and we'll go ahead and end. MRA's live in a second. What it is back. Get through the PowerPoint presentation. We'll rock y'all through and get y'all, situated on some of the upkeep that we brought y'all through. This is 104 for the 15, 20, 30 hour and a half, 2 hour set. We're doing the heavy bag lift. We had to give y'all an interlude real quick. Doing a PowerPoint presentation for the majors to really attain the working capital, to power the whole shebang. So y'all know how that works in its entirety. Let's just get right. Up for the spot getting nice. Of course, this is written author on the range. But MRA MRA's get these services. We live in a second and one more again. You gotta love it. Calling that back. Yo, back. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. Getting through to making the nuclear power plant. Now the nuclear is here. Y'all understand the nuclear as in NUC. We're talking about the nuclear, which is NEWCLEAR. So nuclear. Nuclearance. New prototype power plant. You'll need your key code, your new IDs, your high-tech security stuff. So basically feel comfortable once you get nice in the game. The chunky crib. All that is going to become processable. So we're dealing with a nuclear energy. And you have a substance base conducive to its market value. You know what it is and what's going on today. It produces a real nuclear. Doing power cleans. Full power clean squats. Get to a row. Pick the bag back up. Break it down into variations of movements. So we keep the move as far as its weight times force times mass times power considered in movement going. It's applicable, you're able to do it. I do it at 400 pounds at a lesser weight. You'll be able to feel the gyration, the moves, what you can do with it. But as soon as you start getting into a weight that will make you a little bit tired or out of breath and can't really go, you'll understand how your body reacts to it, but what you're really doing and creating a new, clear energy. So I'm MRH, FMRH Gifted Services. We'd like to thank you for viewing today. Go.